We both run high precision business, right? The aesthetics is so important, whether it's my jewelry or it's your cake. People eat it with their eyes first before literally eating it, or in my case, wearing it. And sometimes, that perfection can be a thing which is good and sometimes it's bad. Sometimes we get stuck with perfection, right? So, what is your idea of that? And how do, as business owners, as someone in the creative field, right, how do you deal with, not letting perfection get you down or burn you out? Because sometimes it can even burn you out.
Yes, yes, absolutely. I love your question because I'm very conscious of the fact that I do not want to let anything burn my passion for baby cakes down, because the whole reason why I started is because I love it. So if something burns it down, then the whole purpose is lost, you know? So I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist or I don't allow myself to be, just for the very reason that you pointed it out. So if you would take a look at our cakes, or if you've tried our cakes and you've seen them on social media or wherever else, we don't focus on perfectionism, at least for the look of it. So because I'm a self-taught baker, I claim to be a self-taught baker, and I do not promise perfectionism when it comes to look.
But I'm sure it tastes wonderful. So that's okay.
What we do promise is that it's going to be a perfectly tasting cake.
What advice do you have for, creatives who are getting into business regarding this? Because that's a struggle with all creatives, wanting the best. But sometimes, and we need to bring out our best, of course.
Absolutely, absolutely. So if you're, your product or your service has to be your best and has to be good for you to survive in the markets nowadays, because whoever's doing anything professionally is doing a very good job of it. So the question of being substandard or mediocrity doesn't arise, because you have to be not perfect, but you have to be great. So I think as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's starting something, I don't think you should allow the pressure of perfectionism to bring you down. Like you said earlier, keep doing what you do and keep doing it every day. Show up, be persistent, and you'll get there, because people know a good product or a good service when they see it or experience it. So, and you don't have to hanker after perfection to get it right, because people who know the product or service will be there. You will get your audience, you will reach us. So I think you just need to show up and keep doing and keep believing in your product. I think that's very important.
Powerful words. Thank you very much. And on that note, I am going to tell our viewers, if you like what you're listening, if what you are hearing, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button right now and help us to bring more to you.
Yes, absolutely. I'm sure she's going to have some great women entrepreneurs every Wednesday or every month, or it's going to be a great journey.
Thank you. So Pallavi, we both sell joy, right? Our products are very aesthetically pleasing, and it's always there when someone wants to celebrate joy. But there is also the heavy burden of doing all the unglamorous work behind it. And as a CEO, as a leader, as a founder, I'm sure every founder, every leader has to take care of all that. So how do you manage the unglamorous part of, balancing between all those back-end accounting, I don't know, stock, inventory, this, that. So how do you manage all that?
I'm so glad you asked this question, because I hate all of that. As many creative people will say, you start your business because you love doing and creating. And the reason all I wanted to do is bake cakes. I didn't want to maintain the softwares and the Excel sheets and run the inventory, but we all have to do that as we grow, and it's extremely uncomfortable. So I think, of course, all of that has to be managed, and as you go along in your journey, you put systems in place, you hire the right people, you get the right systems.
Did it come to you immediately from the start, or was it something for you that you learned as you went on?
It definitely didn't come to me from the start, because when I started, like I said, I started from my home kitchen, literally baking 17 cupcakes in 30 minutes and, that one occasional client. And then, of course, the orders grew, and, then you had to grow with it. So when things happen, you adjust, you move forward, you ideate, you do your research and try and fit different things. So I think that the changes came with the growth because I was forced into them.
Right.
Because obviously, if you're going to get those many orders every day and these things are going to happen, how are you going to manage and all of that?
Right. Right.
So I think looking at those numbers at the end of the day and making sure you are on the right track or whatever
Right.
it is something that has to be done if you're running a business. So you just can't focus on only
Otherwise,
the
it's a
creative side.
hobby.
Exactly. Of course, all of that came along the way, and as the business grows and as the business grew, there was more of all of that, the parts we don't enjoy, you know. So I think I make a very conscious effort to make sure that I don't lose my love for why I started Baby Cakes in the first place. So I think I would say there are certain things I do make a conscious effort to build into my day on literally a daily basis. One of the things I do is I make sure that I actually bake. Because of course, as you
don't
grow,
want to
you have
lose touch of-
people
yes.
doing that.
Yes.
But also that's the part you love. So if you're not going to do what you love, then very easily the unglamorous parts take over. So
Did
then
you
I feel,
bake my cake or did someone else?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great.